Great, great. Okay, so next question. Could you clarify when these new changes will take place? They will take place Friday night. The site will be down for 3 to 6 hours. It's a huge change in the database. So we've picked that time because it's a time that is used the least by our users around the world. And next one, we have young children's ORS, but there is no way to record to plot it. Why is that, Scott?
As I often say in workshops, the scale might be useful for engaging children, but getting reliable scores from people that young with a 4-item measure is just nearly impossible. That's one answer. The second answer is most of those young kids are not there because they chose to go there, but rather because someone else is concerned. And so in that particular case, it's really important to get the collaterals score. And now I know some people might be doing things like sand play and other therapies that are truly aimed at young children. But here again, it is often left to either to the therapist to determine whether or not the client is making progress in that case. We would say it's really important that the stakeholders in those young children's lives agree that progress is being made, and therefore you would want to use one of the other measures to seek a collateral rating of that child.
Okay, that's great, Scott. Thanks. And that's it. It's gone back to the beginning on me. Any more questions? That was the last question I had.
I can say one thing, Cynthia, that for me, the change in these algorithms from very static plots of median responses, where we're just taking the average and plotting the average client progress from a given point, to these predictive algorithms, is the difference between, say, a standard mobile phone, a flip phone, the clamshell phones from the late 1990s, to the iPhone. This is the quantum leap that's taking place. It does take some getting used to in order to think differently about what the graph is showing you. For example, there is no median line 25th and 50th percentile. You're being shown, is the client progressing like successful people or not? But at the same time, once you have an iPhone, you're not going to want to go back to the old clamshell push button thing. Its utility is so limited. This is really giving us, for the first time, a sense of whether or not our clients are on track for success.
Great. Okay, Scott. Oh, look, what do we got here? Oh, what about the reliability of the kids' SRS score in terms of reliability, validity?
I'm not sure what the question means. Is it reliable?
Yeah, I guess it comes out of the question. We were just talking about the young children's ORS, and so they're questioning.
Young children, that's one thing. Again, yes. It's the same thing. There aren't any reliability or validity studies with the young child versions of either scale. What I can tell you is that the children's SRS is the subject of two studies that we've done, where we show, in fact, that improving SRS scores lead to better outcomes. So that would be with kids from, 13 to 18 years old. So with the children's version of the SRS, very reliable and also highly correlated with better outcomes when the SRS scores are improving.
Right. That makes sense, right? And someone is asking about My Outcomes UK, which is a UK implementation of My Outcomes, and it actually is live right now. You can go to the site and sign up for a trial. And we got one more here. No, that was that same reliability, validity one. Okay, so that is it, Scott. That's a wrap. Last chance, anyone else has a question? The page I'm on, this is my outcomes advanced behavioral algorithms page. There will be a copy of the webinar available on this page, benchmarking report. So all updates related to this release will be available on this page. And if you have questions, you certainly can contact your customer service rep or myself, or there's also ask a question right here on this page. And we look forward to your feedback once everybody gets into the new system next week. And I wanted to thank you, Scott, for taking the time to meet with us and go over these exciting changes. And I know there'll be some growing pains for some people, but I hope that, and I'm pretty confident that everybody's going to be happier with the new system. All right.
I'm very confident too about that, Cindy, and I'm grateful that my outcomes has gone to the extensive effort it has to incorporate these new outcomes and all the support in their system so that clinicians can better know whether the people they're working with are on track or not.
All right. Thank you, Scott. Thank you, everybody, for attending.